Hello, welcome to a quick overview of our district's Java-like mentorship program. So, who receives support? Teachers who are new to the profession, and that includes teachers that may have been hired last year, but after the first day of school. So, anyone with less than 180 days of teaching experience. Also, our teachers who are new to the district. Even though they might have years of experience in other districts, we still want to give them that Java-like mentor support their first year in Puyallup School District. And lastly, anyone new to the position. This could be a PSD veteran who's switching grade level or content areas. So in all of these cases, we want to do our best to assign a mentee with a mentor who is teaching the same grade level or content area. There are many areas of support that a mentor and mentee might discuss, and a few of them are listed here below. So to begin, we can talk about routines in our building and procedures within the district. We'll want to put our heads together to talk curriculum and planning needs, but also locating those district adopted resources. And that leads into using our Schoology gradebook. You might want to help your mentee set up their gradebook and talk about what merits being put into the gradebook. Additionally, we can talk high leverage equitable instructional strategies and talk about the best ways to lift that content off the page. Furthermore, assessment and data planning and how we use that data to inform our instruction. And lastly, we do want to talk nuts and bolts as well, creating schedules and talking about ways that we communicate with both staff and families. To equip our mentors with all the information and resources they might need, we have multiple supports in place to help with their mentorship. First, we will continue to hold our district roundtables just about every month and discuss timely topics to mentor in alignment with district information. We also practice holding learning-focused conversations and providing feedback. Secondly, our weekly publication, Mentor Mondays, is sent out to our Java-like mentors with helpful resources that align with what's pressing at the time. Could be conferences, observations, or report cards. And finally, we encourage our mentors to attend the OSPI Mentor Academy, which provides more guidance on mentoring and holding conversations rooted in equity. It's a 2-day training that is hosted online through OSPI.
An additional benefit to being a part of the Java-like mentorship program is that the mentee gets 7.5 hours of release time to go watch another teacher in action. Keep in mind that 7.5 hours can be shared between the mentor and mentee. For example, perhaps the mentee would like to use a half day to go watch their mentor in action and watch their instructional practices, then have a nice debrief conversation afterwards. Then, at another point in time, they can use the other half of their time to invite their mentor in to watch their classroom practices and provide assets-based feedback, followed by another debrief conversation. Keep in mind, if you have less than 3 years experience teaching, you will also be assigned an instructional coach that can also accompany you on these visits. Let's say you wanted to use your entire 7.5 hours to sit in your Java-like mentor's classroom for the day. Your instructional coach can sit beside you for that visit. Additionally, maybe there's another distinguished teacher in the district at another school that you'd like to go see. Your instructional coach can sit with you on that visit as well. So, regardless of what model you partake in, just know that you'll be sitting beside your Java-like mentor or instructional coach when you participate in these visits so that you can facilitate your learning through some focused conversations.
All right, where to start? First things first, get to know each other. Start creating that safe space to collaborate and help one another. And be sure to discuss your communication preferences. Are we communicating via email, Teams chat, maybe text messages or phone calls? And most importantly, establish a standing weekly meeting. Get that day and time on the calendar as soon as you can. These standing weekly meetings should be outside of any grade level PLCs or department meetings. It really should be a safe space to reflect, to set goals, and celebrate growth. Mentors get paid up to 30 hours to mentor outside of their workday. So mentees, you don't receive any financial compensation, but do know you have the benefit of having an experienced individual for that go-to support. In some instances, your Java-like mentor might teach a different grade level or a different content area, or might be in a different building. These relationships are actually quite effective because they aren't a part of your day-to-day operations and can really provide a nice outside perspective and really ask those reflective questions to help you enhance your practice. So it's super important that you get those standing weekly meetings on the books, but also you will still want to establish a partnership with someone in your area, in your building. Your principal will help you establish this partnership and ensure that you have access to someone who can answer your questions. And mentees, whether you have a direct mentor match or not, make sure you join and attend PLCs regularly to network with other teachers in your position, and this will provide a wider lens to your work. Now, stay tuned to hear what some of our mentees had to say about our program.
What I found helpful was having someone for support. Whenever I needed it weekly, I loved having someone to reflect with and just to hear me talk, and even just having someone there that I could talk to. Sometimes I answered my own questions just because it gave me time, like downtime to reflect. So that was super helpful.
I think like one of the things that I really came to hoping for was a team. And so just easy things like the days before school started, we were doing training and we had to go outside and line up, and they're like saving me a spot, like, oh, someone saved me a spot, I love that. I just felt like I had peeps and I belonged. People were very welcoming, but that was my team already.
What would you tell someone who's new to the district about our mentoring program?
Just ask questions. It's okay to ask. Don't be afraid. No questions down. Sometimes I went down there and I was like, I think this is a dumb question. And they're like, no, you're good. But yeah, I just ask questions, and a lot of times I walked away, with something more. Even if it was a dumb question, and if it was a simple answer back to me, or it was an answer I probably knew I was going to get, I still walked away with an answer.
Don't take it for granted. Actually take use of it. Like, definitely have that in your back pocket as a resource and as a person that you can turn to when it gets rough. Don't think you're going to be a burden to them. You're not. They're there to support you and help you. One thing, also talk to them, make a plan with them. It might seem like a huge stress to maybe meet once a week, but take advantage of that. Set up every Tuesday, every Thursday, we're going to meet for even 15 minutes, because you might think, oh, I don't want to say anything about this, but like, they're there to support you, and it's okay. They're just somebody there who understands, and take advantage of that, because you never know, maybe 5 minutes before your meeting, something comes up that you want to talk about.
Yeah.
So definitely talk to them. Take advantage of the program, the Java Like Mentor. Like, don't brush it off like nothing.
I also love the fact that my mentor was able to help me grow in ways that I needed to grow. Not to make me a mini them, but to make me a better me. And that is a skill definitely I feel that all mentors should have. And